Class, we will jump into week 7. We are now pivoting in the course. Week 7 is a big shift. We have gone through a lot of business creation, coming up with ideas, forming your business, providing structure to it. We are now going to focus our attention for most of the next 6 weeks on marketing your business. And how do you analyze that marketing success? And how do you successfully drive traffic to your website? So, week 7 is just the beginning of this. There is a disclaimer that you'll each go through that just talks a little bit about how Google Ads works, and be aware of how to manage that financially, and to be successful in that. We are not going to launch a Google Ads campaign until week 10. So everything we do in week 7, 8, and 9 prepares you for that launch in week 10. Um, so be aware that that is coming, but that's a common question from students to say, hey, should my campaign be running? Not now, but in week 10, we'll get that launched. So your first assignment will be to create an ads campaign. Again, that gets you familiar with the the user interface. You use the keyword tool planner, so you know Google Ads. Now we're actually going to create a campaign, and then we'll go through keyword basics, what those are. We're going to use keywords a lot, both in your campaign and when we move on to our second form of marketing, which is going to be search engine optimization later on in the course. So those keywords will be important. But let's start with create your campaign. There is a Google Ads tutorial on here. Again, you're all familiar with Google Ads, having used the keyword planner, but now we're going to use the more robust version as we actually create a campaign. So you will create a campaign. It's important that you create a responsive search ad. There's a lot of different campaigns that Google offer you, and actually they come up with new ones almost every semester that I teach the class. So it's tough to keep up with. If you're concerned about what type of campaign to create, please reach out to me. Um, because you'll want as much control over that campaign as possible. Sometimes Google Ads will set it up so they choose the keywords, and they do really hands off. They're trying to make it easy for businesses to function now. We're gonna do the more in-depth version, so you have a little bit more control and hopefully a little bit more success. For this assignment, you'll open a Word document, and it should be at least 150 words that answers these questions in step 6. And all of these you'll answer in the process of setting up your Google Ads campaign. But think about it strategically. What geographic locations do you want your ad to show, and where is your ideal customer? Where do they reside? How do you want to focus that? You don't want to be too narrow. You don't want to be too broad. Um, Being too broad will waste marketing dollars where no one's likely to purchase your product, and being too narrow obviously will limit your growth. So think about that. What devices do you want your ad to show on? Do you want automated or manual bidding options? We'll go through bidding options a little bit later on. Um, but there will be some in the tutorial here, so I won't repeat too much of that information. We'll go a little bit, like I said, we'll go a little bit more in depth as time goes on some of these things. But the video and the readings will give you the basic information you need to answer those questions. When it comes to a daily budget, I strongly recommend you set at least $3 a day. Some of you will need to be higher than that. If you don't set a high enough minimum budget, your ads will not appear, and your campaign won't generate any data, and you'll need that for project 4. You can always limit your campaign for how many days it runs if you're concerned about spending too much on that campaign, but it's much more effective to set a higher daily budget and then run your campaign for a fewer number of days than it is to set a budget too low and not have any campaign data. So that'll be it for that first assignment. Then we'll get into keyword basics. We're going to do keywords this week and next week. But think about keywords in the sense of, one, what are people looking at in Google? What are they typing in to find you? And I know much of this content is moving over to AI chatbots and ChatGPT and Gemini and things like that. Um, these keywords will still be relevant in that we will evolve this course a bit as time goes on. We don't address that directly yet. There's still a lot of discussion in the industry about how best to position your business for those AI tools. So I don't want you to think about it in terms of an answer engine, as they might call them, but a search engine. And I tell students this a lot. Think about it as what problem does your product or service solve? Because that's what people are looking for, whether they're typing that into Google or ChatGPT. And those should be your keywords um, of what service or product are you offering? Not just the product or service you offer, but what problem does it solve? How do you help your customer? So then you come up with those keywords. It's good to have different groups because your product will likely solve more than one problem. Um, you'll have your different categories: group theme, um, match type, uh, whether you want to scrub. Scrub just means, yeah, I came up with that keyword idea. I don't think it's a good idea, so I'm not going to use that one. And then any comments so you can track it. That spreadsheet will help you organize these keywords, and this is really the key part of this assignment. Match types are important. You can have broad keywords, you can have key phrases instead of a keyword, you can have exact keywords, and then you can have negative keywords. So if I'm selling gaiters, right, the little things that cover your face, um, I don't want content for the Florida Gators football team to pop up on that. So my negative keywords there are going to be college football, um, football gear, Florida Gators. And so that way you can be very clear about what your keywords mean when you use negative keywords. So you should have a variety. If you have all broad keywords or all exact keywords, you're missing out a little bit. So that's where that match type comes into play. So after you fill out that spreadsheet, you'll go through these questions down here and then submit your Word document along with your spreadsheet. And again, this is just the first of many keyword assignments we'll do, so feel free to brainstorm a large variety, be creative. There's a lot of things you can do with those keywords. And since we're just starting on this, feel free to be as creative as possible. That's it for this week. If you're having trouble with one of these, please reach out. Thanks, everybody.